You know, this conversation, it's just between me and you, man. You feel me? We're just gonna chop it up, man. Shout out to all my subscribers. I'm always gonna shout y'all out. You feel me? I'm gonna always shout y'all out. Shout out to all the subscribers, new subscribers, people that come in and check me out for a little bit of time, and you know what I mean? Click off and go somewhere else. I appreciate you too. You feel me? I appreciate you too, man. And this is the thing, right? You ever I'm just thinking, right? You know how you be going through things in life, like relationship situations, you know, and then let's say you go through a bad experience in a relationship, right? When you go through those bumps in the relationship, right? And it's like your energy is down, you're not feeling well, or about the situation. You just not feeling in good spirit, right? And it's like, why is it? Why is it a lot of times you attract that same type of energy? You know what I mean? You attract the ones that be like, if let's say you down and out, you're not feeling well, like your energy level is low. Why is it that you attract like that negative energy when you in a negative space? You feel me? Like, have you ever really tripped off that? It's like you going through something at home, or something at work that irritated you, or somebody you dealing with is just, you just feel like, man, you just feel kind of down and out or whatever. Why is it you start to attract that same type of energy around you? Like you be like, man, I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just in a negative space. And then, you talk to somebody, they be like, yeah, man, I was going through the same thing. You know what I mean? They may have been going through something similar, but of course, usually it's not exact, but it's usually a situation where if you know what I mean, you going through something, you kind of like in bad spirit. Why is it you attract that same type of energy? You feel me? Like that always tripped me out though. You know what I mean? I don't know if people be playing on you, like in a sense of, what they call it, drama bonding or something like that. I heard that before. Drama bonding. I don't know if that's a thing, right? You feel me? I don't know if that's a thing. I just be like, what? Or somebody just trying to up you. You say, you know what I mean? Like, man, this happened to me, and then somebody want to come and tell you a darker story on their end. You know what I mean? Like they trying to tell you, oh man, you went through that. You went through a breakup, man. I went through a breakup, but on top of the breakup, you know what I mean? It, come to find out, the kids wasn't mine. I'm like, man. So it's like when you going through something, why is it you seem to be, at least in my experience, right? I know everybody's situation is different, but just in general, right? When you're going through something, why is that negative energy you still attract that? You know what I'm saying? It's like a better example, right? A better example is like you be like, man, I'm done with dealing like with hood chicks, right? From my experience, right? You could be like, I'll be the type where I'll be like, man, I'm tired of dealing with, you know what I'm saying, hood females, right? But them be the ones that you be still attracted to. You like, man, you still them the ones that still trying to holler at you. You feel me? Them the ones you just keep, you know what I mean? You see one with that, you feel me? You see one looking so, you know what I'm saying, delicious. You like, oh my goodness, I just gotta get a bite of that. You feel me? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man. It's like, from my experience, man. And I know my guys, y'all, yeah, you probably don't want to say it, man. But I'm a Sean B. Stoll. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, right? You know how you got that, you know what I'm saying? You got that hood chick energy that you just, you know what I mean? You can't shake, bruh. I don't know what it is, right? With the ladies, you know what I'm saying? When you get a hood chick, man, I don't know if it's something in the water or what. You feel me? You just keep you coming back until you done had enough. You feel me? She didn't stress you out, or you just tired of dealing with it. You feel me? Then you finally get over it. But until then, man, you know what I mean? You dealing with a hood chick, you still trying to slide over there when it's cool. You know what I mean? You trying to slide over there, do your 1-2, right? You feel me? You trying to do your 1-2, and you like, man, why am I here? What am I doing over here? You know what I mean? Like, why am I putting myself in these situations? You feel me? You might be in you feel me? I used to be out in I'm from the Bay Area, but I used to go up to Sacramento a lot. You feel me? Shout out to Old Park. Uh, you know what I'm saying? South Sac. You feel me? I used to be out there heavily. I used to stay out on in what they call a Truxell. I used to stay off of Truxell. I was over there by the old Sacramento Kings stadium over there in that area off Truxell Road. You feel me? Anybody, any Sacramento, you Macamentos, any Macamentos up in here? You feel me? Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you ever been to Sacramento, you know what I mean? I used to live off of Truxell in one of them Beezer homes, man. But anyway, I was out there, man, and I'm just telling you, why is it, right? You know what I'm saying? Why is it like when you dealing with certain type of individuals where if you dating, somebody, especially like I said, from my point of view, dealing with hood chicks, right? There's just something about them. You can't just get them out of you until you had enough. You feel me? You done got in a bad situation, almost got robbed. You feel me? You know what I mean? You might be in gangland area. You like, bro, what am I doing over here? You feel me? You know what I mean? You trying to tuck your chain in when you in certain neighborhoods and shit. You know what I mean? You like, man, what? Bruh, I've been there. To my guys out there, I've been there, man. Sean B. Stoller, I keep it 1,000 with you, man. You know what I mean? This live, we just gonna, I just want to chop it up between you and me. You know what I'm saying? Between me and you. This one of the ones where I came on here, has a few topics I want to talk about, but I'm like, man, let's just chop real life conversations, man. That's what I want to do right now, man. Tomorrow when I go live, we'll do more hot topics. But right now, it's just between me and you. It's just, real life conversations, bro. That's it, man. But anyway, I'm telling you, what is it? What is it when you dealing with a hood chick, man? You just can't get enough of that. You feel me? You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Is it the couch? You feel me? Is it the beat up couch that you know what I mean? Look like it been passed down generations? Is it something about that couch when you in there doing your 1-2? You feel me? Or is it just a thrill? You in a crime infested, heavy infested neighborhood. You feel me? You don't supposed to be in these neck of the woods, but you out here. You feel me? Is that the mystique of it? You know what I'm saying? That you in a dangerous spot. You don't have no business being over here. You might be in a gangland area. You feel me? A neighborhood area where you go over there, for a couple of things, but you get in and out. So for me, I'm just telling from my personal experience, man. I'd have been in some rough, bad situations, man. But when I got over to the chick house, man, the head was fire. You feel me? It was straight fire. But my thing is, what is it about that? Why do guys, even ladies too, y'all know y'all be dealing with dudes, y'all know definitely you don't have no business dealing with, but I guess he got that, you know what I mean? He got that thing for you. You feel me? You can't get enough of that thing, huh? But I'm just saying, what is it about those type of situations where people be kind of like risking a life for? You feel me? Like, and you don't supposed to be dealing with this person. You don't supposed to be in this area, but you do it anyway. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking, right? It's like, what was I thinking? You feel me? Like, damn, just like really think about that. Any situation, you don't have to be that, but just in general, right? It's like you put yourself in a bad position and you knew it was a bad position before you did it, but you did it anyway. You feel me? I'm just like, man, what was I thinking? You feel me? I'm like, come on, man. That's what I be thinking about. Like stuff like that. When I think back, and they say young and dumb, but it ain't just the youngness about it. I think it's more to it. When you put yourself in bad situations, when you knowing it's a bad situation, it's a difference where you didn't know something got sprung up on you, but when you going to a certain neighborhood, a certain area where you already know this is not, it ain't a cool kicking it spot, but you still go there for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And for me, in my personal life and my experience, I love women, so I was dealing with a lady out, you feel me, out there in South Sac, man. I'm like, sheesh. I'm in the gutter, man. You know what I mean? I'm in the gutter. And that's no disrespect to nobody here. I'm just saying, you know how you just in a bad, you in a location, you in a bad situation, you just can't get enough until something happened. Or, usually the relationship, it get to a point where it's like, okay, this is just too much. You too crazy for me. You feel me? You know that gobble gobble 3000. Yeah, it's good, but man, after a while, I'm like, man, I can't keep risking my life like this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And it's like in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? In my situation, she knew all the D boys in the area, you feel me? So we needed some trees or something. It's like everybody like, hey, what's up? Who homeboy? Who you with? You feel me? So it's like, you know what I mean? You like, you don't know if you supposed to speak, like, what's up, man? Or you know what I mean? Stay low or what, man? I just tell you, bro. I've been there. You know what I mean? I've been there. Trust me. I've been there before, man. And it's just like, man, you gotta feel me on that one, man. And just in general, right? Why is it, right? Why is it sometimes you in a relationship, you in a good relationship, right? Like everything going great. And it's just, I don't know if other women can feel your energy or gravitate towards you, but it's like, have you ever been in a relationship with somebody where the relationship is great, but then for me, like at least for me, in my perspective, right? You start seeing all these other women looking beautiful and like being flirtatious with you and everything, and it's like, I've been in Target a few times, you know what I'm saying, with my girl, right? I've been in Target a few times with my girl, and I could see, ladies next to me smiling, hey, trying to get a little googly eye with me. And I'm trying to keep my head down, like, let me just stay focused on the target, stay focused on the target, man. And I'm just, just keep my head straight. I'm not looking around, I ain't looking at the booty, I ain't looking at nothing. You know what I mean? She look gorgeous, but it's like, why is that? Why is it you be in a good relationship, but somehow, some way, a woman is still trying to be like flirtatious with you, or trying to get your attention? Is it the relationship that you in, or or because you with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Or, because my girl is very attractive, right? So is it because I'm with an attractive female? So I see another attractive woman and she see her and then look at me like, oh man, you know what I mean? Is so I just what is that? What do you call that, man? And why is it another thing too? When you in a relationship, you start seeing all these other beautiful individuals. You know what I mean? You see all these beautiful women out here. You feel me? And they real friendly with you. But it's like when I was single, you know what I'm saying? I be in when I was in Target and I was single. I'm trying to, get a few conversations. No, they was like, oh, get away from me. You know what I mean? Stranger danger. But as soon as I walk in here with a woman on my arm, you feel me? I'm walking in here not even paying attention to, other than what I got going on with my lady. Now I'm getting all the googly eyes from the ladies. So I'm just kind of confused, man. You know what I mean? Like, what is that, man? Is it something because I'm with somebody and they're attractive, you feel me? We look good together. Now you like, for a woman, and she's seeing like herself could be my woman or something. I just don't understand that, man. You feel me? I don't get that, man. And I get way more women that try to talk to me when I'm in a relationship than when I was single. When I was single, it's like I don't know if it was my energy or what I was type of energy I was displaying or something. I don't know if I was too thirsty or with the ladies or what. You feel me? I don't believe it was too thirsty, man, because I always kept it player, but I just don't know, man. Why is that? Why when you in a relationship, everybody want to holler at you, but when you single, it's like ain't nobody trying to touch you. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like you got COVID or something. You feel me? Like I don't get that, man. I'll be highly confused with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, man. And I tell you though, when you in a relationship, you be seeing all type of beautiful ladies out here. You feel me? Nice, beautiful specimens out here, women of you feel me? I'm just like, oh my goodness, where was you at when I was single? You feel me? When I was out here looking for love, you feel me? I'm out here looking for love. I can't get no love, huh? You feel me? And then as soon as I get in a relationship, now all the ladies y'all want to talk to me now. You know what I mean? Want to have conversations, and now my girl looking side eye at me like, okay, you just talking way too long, homeboy. Like, come on now, like you know what I mean? We came in here to get certain, go purchase what we need and get up out of here. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I'm a nice guy. You feel me? I'm a gentleman, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't that soft, but at the same time, I'm just like, man, what was all this energy when I was single, man? You feel me? I don't be getting it, man. I really don't. I'm just like, man, come on. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know what you call that, man. Somebody leave comments, let me know what you think about it. Cause I be highly confused, man. When a brother was single, ready to mingle, I couldn't get no action. You feel me? It was like action, Jackson, the opposite way. It was like no action for Jackson. You feel me? You know what I mean? But my goodness, though, I tell you though, a shout out to all the beautiful women out there. If you think you beautiful, I'm shouting you out. You feel me? So, but yeah, man, you know what I mean? I be blown away when I be thinking about those type of situations, man. For real. And another thing too, I'll tell y'all this too. Y'all need to, especially to the guys out there, man, ladies too. When you at work, stop spreading all your personal life and your relationships, business at work. You feel me? You know what I mean? Stop telling everybody in the break room what's going on in your relationship, man. For somebody be sliding up in your dude DMs, huh? You feel me? You gotta be careful of that, man. I done seen some bad situations, man. You know what I mean? Seen some real bad situations, you know what I mean? Because you opened up the floodgates because you telling all your business to your coworkers. That's like that. I don't know if anybody's seen that. I think I seen it on Twitter. Mm, excuse me. I seen it on Twitter where it was showing a female working at Domino's or one of them pizza spots, and it was showing a lady looked like somebody slapped her on the butt with some white powder on their hands, right? And it said, I forgot what the scene said. It said something about the coworkers, but they be playing too much. I think it was something like, I want to be friends with your coworkers. Oh no, no, no. What said I want to holler at the girl at work, but I see y'all too flirtatious at work because somebody already popped her on her butt, and the handprint and powder was on her butt. So it's like, come on, man. Y'all being way too flirtatious at work, man. You feel me? I know somebody's seen that little meme that's going around. I think it's on YouTube now, or maybe even Instagram. But yeah, man, stop spreading your business at work, cause then, especially for y'all ladies out there, when y'all be telling your coworkers especially your male coworkers, if they you have a bad relationship, something going on negatively at home, and you telling your male coworker that, y'all ladies got to be careful because now that some of them coworkers be thinking, oh, okay, it's fair opportunity. Let me see if I can, what I mean? Let me see if I can grip them cheeks. You feel me? Since she ain't getting it at home, you know what I mean? So yeah, I gotta be careful with that, man. You feel me? And to the guys out there, man. Yeah, I better stop telling y'all business at work. You feel me? Because they'll mess around and DM your chick, bruh. You know what I mean? Especially some young females. Some of these young girls, man, they be quick to DM your chick, man. So you better be careful. Don't be running your mouth at work, man. You know what I mean? You feel me? Because I'm telling you, man. Some of these folks out here ain't playing fair, man. So just a fair warning, Sean B. Stoller. I tried to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. You feel me? You know what I mean? Another thing I want to touch on too. I did want to talk a little bit about the Cat Williams situation, though, with his latest interview with Willie D. I know a lot of people. I've been reading a few comments. I didn't really watch the live or the video from Willie D and Cat Williams. This basically is kind of like the part two of what he did at Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay. This is his first interview since doing that interview. And a lot of people or comments are saying under Willie D podcast that is very lackluster. And I guess, they didn't like how Willie D was asking questions. But, I just feel like this, right? Went to with the Cat Williams, with the interview that he did with Willie D. I just personally feel like you can't compare the Shannon Sharp interview to the Willie D. You know what I'm saying? When he did the one with Shannon Sharp, I mean, he was just hitting every button. You feel me? It's like he was, how you putting, you button up your shirt, he buttoned up. And when he went to Shannon Sharp show, Club Shay Shay, he was make sure he buttoned every button on that shirt, man, to the T. Everything was crisp. It was on point. So I just think that he shot so many darts and gave so much sauce to Shannon Sharp. Once he got the Willie D, it's just kind of like, I mean, he gave him a few Jews, but from what I seen, but it's just he had already shot all his darts. You know what I mean? So it's like if you was trying to get that same explosion, I don't think unless he was about to just start, talking bad about more celebrities, but I don't think that's really Cat Williams gold. He was just basically defending himself. So if you wanted more, you know what I'm saying, more sauce, I think he gave you everything that he wanted to give you. So now it's just, a money grab. I'm sorry. You feel me? But yeah, man. Shout out to Willie D and Cat Williams too. I can't wait to see Cat out. Out here in the Bay Area. I don't see that he has any shows lined up for the Bay Area. Everything is on the East Coast and the South. So hopefully he come out to the West. Because if he come out to the Bay Area, either Frisco, Oakland, or San Jose, I'm gonna go see him for sure. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go see him for sure. So, but I just think with the Willie D interview, man, I do agree it wasn't as explosive as Shannon Sharp, but like I said, you can't really compare the two, you know, respectfully, you know what I mean? But yeah, what was I thinking, huh? What was I thinking, man? You know? And that's another, that brings me to another thing too. Speaking of the Bay Area, right? Man, I hate commuting. I'm not a commuter at all. Years ago, I used to commute like from Fairfield to Sacramento. I mean, excuse me, from Fairfield to San Francisco. That's roughly like I would say like an hour and a half drive from Fairfield to San Francisco. That's like if you're not familiar with Fairfield or Vallejo, yeah. So Vallejo, if Vallejo and Fairfield, they're right next door to each other. So from Vallejo to Fairfield, that's about a 15-minute drive. So you 15 minutes further out past Vallejo. And then so you basically going from Fairfield, you got to go through Vallejo, then you come more in towards the Bay, Richmond, Oakland area, Emeryville, then you going towards, then you take the 80 towards San Francisco, the Bay Bridge or whatever, right? I hate commuting. I am not a commuter, man. You feel me? A shout out to anybody that got a commute or feel like that's the best situation for them. But man, when I commuted from Fairfield to San Francisco, I asked myself many nights, man, what was I thinking? Because if you really think about it, right? Anybody that commute, especially if you drive in your car, you got to think about the gas, and then in my case, bridge tow, the time on the road, the maintenance of your car goes up. The further you drive and the more consistent you drive, that means you wear and tearing your car down even more. So it's like, to me, you don't really save. Some people, stay further out, of course, especially out here in the Bay Area. The further you move from the Bay Area, the cheaper it is. So once you get past like Richmond, going towards Fairfield, it's a little bit cheaper. But my thing is, if you still commuting all the way to like Frisco or San Jose or wherever, you're spending so much money on the road, gas, maintenance on your car, bridge tow. How much are you really saving? You feel me? It's like you make 100,000 a year, but then you go rush and go get a car payment. You feel me? You're not getting a Corolla. You're going to get the Benz. You're getting that Hellcat. You getting, you know what I'm saying? Something where your payment is $700-800 a month. So if you was making 100,000 a year, now you back to make it look like you make like 30-40,000 a year because of this big payment that you have. Because what if you have to pay rent? You know what I mean? You gotta have other expenses you gotta pay for it. So when I think of commuting, it's kind of in the same vein for me. That's why I'm not, unless, it's like they have like a shuttle or something for us or something like that. But that maintenance and bridge tow, gas in the car, man, you start spending way more money than you think that you're going to spend. It's like let's say you save $500-600, renting somewhere way out from your job, but then that $400-500, or maybe even $1,000, based on how far out you go, right? But when you add in all the other expenses, how much are you really saving? And then you're on the road. And especially out here in the Bay Area, if it's an accident, like if you coming from Fairfield and you try to go to Frisco, if it's an accident in Vallejo, an accident, let's say in Richmond, and it's an accident on the bridge, man, you about 3 hours late to work, bro. I don't like commute, man. I'm not a commuter, man. I'm the type, I find a way to put it in my budget to stay local, because that money I would have spent, I would have saved or think I would save by commuting. I'd rather pay that difference more to stay closer to my job in the Bay Area. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to commute from way out. No disrespect to anybody that does, but I just feel like you just spending so much money, and then on top of all that, the time on the road. You know what I mean? I know some people that have to literally get up. They have to leave their house like almost 3 hours before they shift start so they can make it to work on time. And sometimes they get there super early, if it's light traffic, but you don't know that until you get out there. You know what I mean? The traffic news don't tell you everywhere you driving at how bad the traffic is, unless it's something really bad that's happened in that area. But in general, you have no idea what the traffic gonna look like every day. When you coming from so far away. You feel me? So I hate commuting, man. Not a commuter. You feel me? And I made that decision when I first started, commuting to Frisco. I'm like, man, I ain't never doing this again. You feel me? I'm not a commuter, man. I'm not gonna commute no I am not getting up 3 hours early to go to work. You feel me? And then on top of that, if it's an accident, some repairs on the road, especially out here in the Bay Area, they're always doing some type of repair on 80. You know what I'm saying? Out here in the Bay, Highway 80, that's the popular freeway we take out here because it covers all the major cities. You know what I mean? From Sacramento all the way to Frisco, you can take 80. So that's a lot of counties and stuff that you're going through. So yeah, I don't like commuting, man. I'm not a commuter. I'd rather spend that extra that you think you saving. I'd rather spend that and pay more money to stay local, man. Because now you got a peace of mind. You don't have to worry about commuter hours. You don't have to worry about accidents on the freeway. You know what I mean? I know so many people that, where I work at, I'm out here in the Oakland area, right? And I know some people that commute all the way from Sacramento, man. And they don't even go home they don't go home until the weekend. So they got to stay, at their relatives' house, sometimes their friend's house during the week, stack their money up for the weekend and then go home on the weekend. I'm like, just because they can get a bigger house way out. But then what are you really saving? You're losing a lot of time. You know what I mean? So I don't like commuting, bro. So shout out to anybody like to commute. Hey man, much power to you. You more stronger than me because I hate commuting, man. I am not a commuter. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. What was I thinking? You ever felt like that? What was I thinking, man? You know? What was I thinking? You know, uh, I'll tell you this too, right? I think when I first started making some decent money, it's like the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? I had two cell phones. Now, I'm a regular dude, right? I don't know why the hell I had two cell phones, two different companies. You feel me? I had two cell phones, bruh. And this is way before Kevin Gates, man. I got two phones. It's way before Kevin Gates. It's like early 2000s. You know what I mean? I had two phones. I think I had an AT&T wireless and I had Sprint. And back then, this early 2000s, some OGs, y'all know what I'm gonna say. I had the Sprint phone with the chirp on it. So you used to be able to chirp people kind of like a walkie-talkie to a degree. So it was a cell phone that you can chirp. So you hit the little button on the side and it would chirp the next person. So I would hit the button and it go chirp chirp on the other end. And we can actually talk like walkie-talkie style without dialing each other phone number or calling each other. You used to be able to chirp each other's, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was a big thing early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? You could be able to chirp somebody. So that's a little bit of information back. That's when Sprint was popping. Yep, had to chirp. I had to chirp, and then I had AT&T wireless. I thought I was, you know what I mean? I thought I was the freshest. I thought I was a player. You feel me? I got two phones, okay, and that's when the flips was out. So everything now is the the hands free, right? Back then we had the flips. You had the Motorola flip, Razor flip. That was popping. And Nokia even had a flip phone back in the days. How you love that, huh? It was all about having a little small, little square shaped phone. You feel me? Kind of like what they had in the 80s. Like the 80s, they had the big phone. Some of them had the flip. Well, they made it a lot smaller. Like it was like maybe that big. And you used to be able to flip that thing up. You feel me? It had a little, and you has the buttons inside the phone. So now you got like everything is digital, but you used to have a flip and it has the buttons inside. Thought I was the man. I had two phones, man. What was I thinking, man? Spending hella money for no reason, bruh. No reason. Like, what was I thinking, man? Just to show I got it. That's when you fronting, man. That's when I ain't gonna lie to you. I was fronting when I did that. I'm just trying to act like I'm bigger than what I was, man. You know what I mean? I wasn't moving no weight. I wasn't pushing no packs. You feel me? I'm just out here just doing way too much. You know what I'm saying? Got two cell phones. You know what I'm saying? Just got me a new. I had a what did I have back then? I had the new Malibu. Then I ended up trading that in and getting the Charger when the Charger first came out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. What was I thinking, huh? What was I thinking? You know what I mean? Mm, mm, mm. That's one of the moments, man. Where it should be like, man, what was I thinking? You know what I mean? I'm telling you, doing way too much. Mm, excuse me. Well, that's one of the trail mix bars. Them things hitting. Mm, mm, mm. Excuse me. I had to eat a little something. But yeah, man, I'll tell you, right? What was I thinking? You know, I'll tell you this, right? I'll tell you this. I don't really regret a lot of things that I have done in my lifespan, but I can tell you this, right? Because it's just between me and you. You know what I mean? Just between me and you. I can tell you this though. Definitely when I was in like in my early 20s, man, I made some major mistakes, man. Especially with the ladies. I fumbled a lot of times when it came to relationships. I ain't gonna even hold you. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You feel me? This one of them ones right here. I'm just keeping it real. We just having a quick, having a conversation. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I never, I hate to make it sound like this, but I mean, it's just real life, right? I mean, I never had an issue dating a lady. You feel me? I never had a problem approaching a woman. You feel me? And for me, I took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, you can kind of say I was somewhat trying to be a player, right? And I could say I regret how I treated a couple of ladies I dated back in the days. You feel me? You know what I mean? Even though I was honest to a degree. Or once I got caught, I was honest. You know what I mean? But I can truly say this, right? I had a few ladies, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days when I dated, they was really into me. I'm two separate situations, right? But it was this one lady, I ain't gonna say no names. I'm a gentleman, so I never say no names, no real names. You feel me? But this one lady I was dating, man. She had a nice condo, you feel me, doing her thing, you feel me? And I fumbled that situation completely. You know what I mean? She really wanted to be with me, but I was too much in my head though. I was too much in my head feeling myself. I still feel myself today, but back then I was just too over the top with it. You know what I mean? I was. And she really wanted to be with me, but I didn't want to be with her. But I liked it when we kick it together. You feel me? When we had good situations. You know what I mean? Had a lot of good situations. You know what I mean? And I will say I regretted how I treated a couple of ladies. You know what I mean? And The other one, we're just gonna call her Miss Sacramento. You feel me? Miss Sacramento, you know what I mean? That one I completely messed up the relationship. I can say this, right? When it comes to me in relationships when I was younger, that's why I can come on here and be honest, and I can, I try to keep it as close as I can to the truth without giving up direct details because I don't never want whoever I was dating and I did them wrong. I don't never want them to feel like, somebody can find them out directly. You know what I mean? So I try to protect people, but I still let you know what I did wrong in that situation. You know what I mean? And when it came to Miss Sacramento, I just when I was younger, I wasn't in the right headspace. You know what I mean? I'm way more mature now. That's why I can have this conversation. But back then I wasn't. Mentally I wasn't, you know, because I just viewed things. I viewed relationships and I viewed how my standard on what I stood on one way. If you didn't see it my way, it was my way or the highway. I don't care how long we've been together. I don't care what we have together. If you couldn't, you know, if you wouldn't conform to what I had the vision for, it was hard for me to adjust in the relationship. And that's all my fault. That's just being, selfish, basically. So I was completely selfish at one point. You feel me? I was feeling myself way too much. I had just got the Charger. You know what I mean? You know that body y'all like right now with the Hellcat engine. In '06, I bought the first when they because the Charger's an old vehicle, but they brought it out in 2006. I was one of the ones who got the first model. You feel me? So I had just got the Charger, and I'm just feeling myself way too much. So in my early 20s, you know what I mean? I wasn't great in a relationship because, like I said, if you wasn't on the hype I was on, if you wasn't into what I was into, if you wasn't trying to adjust to my lifestyle or how I felt the relationship should go, it was hard for us to continue the relationship or for it to be healthy for both of us. You feel me? So I can truly say I was wrong in those situations, because I should have been more flexible and more understanding of my partner. You know what I mean? I wasn't. And for that, I apologize. You know what I mean? So what was I thinking? You feel me? See, that's what I get. I bring y'all, man. I bring y'all real life to about my situation and things I've been through in life. And in all of it, it's not pretty. You know what I'm saying? But I just bring it because it's my truth and it's my reality. You feel me? And it's like when you first get that first big bag, when you get that first big bag in life, my goodness, man. It's like a certain type of feeling you get from that, man. And that's kind of was the situation. It was like I first started getting real money in life. I was making like 70K. It was like a sales job I was doing. And the job was paying like 40,000 and I got another 30,000 in sales. So I was a young 20, early 20-year-old, just getting his first bag in real life, like real money. I was hard to deal with in a relationship to a degree. You know what I mean? Because I just felt like, man, I put myself in this position. So why you can't, you know, recognize my greatness and, and conform to my style of living. You feel me? And that was the wrong thing for me to do. I was horrible in that situation because it's two of y'all. You feel me? If you're in a relationship with somebody, you both supposed to kind of like adjust to each other. But back then, I wasn't trying to adjust to nothing. You feel me? I wasn't trying to adjust, and I made major mistakes in relationships with ladies back then. You feel me? And that's why I can say this today. You feel me? Because I wasn't, I wasn't the man back then that I am today. I was still a little boy to a degree. I was an adult, don't get it wrong, but I was moving like a little, like a, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still a teenager. But you can't do that when you're in a relationship with somebody and or not be able to make adjustments to help better your relationship. And back then I didn't. So I was wrong for my part. You know what I mean? It's more layers to it, but I'm just speaking on my mistakes in those situations. You feel me? And hopefully somebody can feel what I'm saying and take that for what it is, and hopefully, help you make better decisions in your situation, because it all comes back to, at least for me, the success, man. I received, I mean, financially, I'd had a lot of success early on in my early 20s, and then my early 30s fumbled heavily. But before that, right, in my early 20s, that's when I first started getting the first big bags of working at corporations in my life. So I was just feeling myself way too much. Like what he say? I'm in the building and I'm feeling like, yeah. I was feeling myself way too much. You know what I mean? Way too much. And because it was like my first experience. You know how you get that first big bag of money in life? Like it's a certain type of feeling that you get. That's a real thing. That's why anybody young, when you get that first big bag, I know that feeling, man. I know what that feeling feel like. You just feel like you untouchable, you invincible. You feel me? And everybody should be not bowing down to you, but just respect my greatness. You know what I mean? But in reality, you just now start living real life. But when you first get that first bag, it's like you can't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? I'm about to go here, there. We're going to Vegas. Let's do this. Let's do that. I mean, at one point, I went to Vegas like twice a year, three times a year. This is in the early 2000s, man. When T.I. first came out, you know what I'm saying? When Tip first started coming out, Young Jeezy, when he first dropped the Thug Motivation 101, that's when I was getting to that bag heavy. Heavy, I was getting to the bag. You feel me? So if you wasn't on my time, you feel me? It was always choice, never force. But if you wasn't on my time, hey, our relationship, our conversation is over, baby. You feel me? And I was completely wrong for that. I was. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I mean, I had some good relationships back then, but I fumbled a lot in the relationship because I was just too young minded. I wouldn't say I ain't even put the age on it. My mental state was too young. You know what I mean? I was thinking way too young minded, but yet, I wanted to be in a relationship with somebody. So that was my mistake because I wasn't flexible. And you know what I mean? Now you fast forward to today, I feel like I feel like, hey man, I'm always there for you. If you're in a relationship with Sean B. Stoller, you feel me? It's gonna always be a good situation. If not, we're gonna figure out what the issue is and try to build upon that, so we can get back to where we need to be. That's where I'm at today, but it's only because of the things I did wrong back then. You feel me? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? You know what I mean? And it's like, I know y'all, everybody can admit that. There's certain things in all of our lives that we've been through, and you just think back on it like, man, what was I thinking? Why did I decide to do that? Why I decided to come down this street? Now I got into an accident when I didn't even have to come down this street. You know what I mean? What was I thinking? You know, it's like I know I'm supposed to be dealing with you, but I'm dealing with you. You know what I mean? I know a lot of guys could definitely respect what I'm saying on that, man. Like I said earlier, certain type of female, certain type of, people you deal with, you don't have no business dealing with them, but you did anyway, right? It was fun while it lasted, but when it went bad, it went horribly bad. You feel me? You know what I mean? Went horribly bad. Like, man, why did I don't supposed to be on this side of town. I don't supposed to be dealing with somebody like you. But I don't know. I guess that's why, the chicks like Sexy Red and all them is out here winning, because you feel me? I guess they they may not have all the looks to everybody, but I bet you they give the thrill to, you know what I'm saying? You get a thrill out of the situation to a degree, right? And that ain't a shot at Sexy Red. I'm just saying, when you dealing with somebody that have that hood mentality or portray the hood mentality, you know, like I was talking at the beginning of this video, for me, for a little bit of time, I used to love dealing with hood rat type chicks. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I keep it real, man. But I tell you this though, dealing with a hood rat type chick, man, a hood chick, is you don't have a boring day. I can tell you that. Every day was excitement, good or bad. You feel me? It was excitement every day. But it came at a cost, man. It came at a cost. You know what I'm saying? I had to worry about my car possibly getting broken, you know. And back then, when I was in, dealing with some hood chicks, right? I was in the Charger, had the 22-inch rims on it. I had the custom purple paint on the Charger back then. It had paint. I had went to the my folks had an auto body shop, so I changed the color. I was doing way too much. You feel me? Pulling up in the hood, got my little jewels on, got them sitting on them 22s. I thought I was the guy. You feel me? All in the hood spot. They thinking I'm selling dope. I'm like, man, who's this pulling up in this clean Charger, bruh? Who's sitting in this Charger? I hop out. You feel me? I'm all in South Sacramento. I live in Richmond, but I'm all in South Sac. You feel me? I might have ran into Mozzie. Didn't even know that was Mozzie back then. You feel me? I'm in Old Block, Old Park, all that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there heavy. You know what I'm saying? It's like the uh mid 2000s or early 2000s, you can still say, because it's like 2006, 2008, somewhere. Nah, it had to be a little later than that. Like 2010. Yeah. From like 2009 to 2011, somewhere around there. Man, I'm all in the hood spots. You feel me? You know what I mean? The chick I was dealing with, she rolled weed, braid hair all at the same time. Do you feel me? You feel me? I'm just dealing with man, I'm doing way too much. I don't even supposed to be over here. Mm. What was I thinking, huh? What was I thinking? I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you. Cause it's like, be honest with you, it's just, I'm trying to say you gotta always think about this, right? It's good that you can look back on things for what they were back then. You know what I'm saying? But, at the same time, it's like you put yourself in harm's way. You put yourself in a real bad position where, you're more vulnerable. But with all that being said, I did have some wonderful nights. Let's say that. But would I do it again? Hell no. You won't catch me nowhere close to that type of situation. No, no, ma'am. No, sir. Not today, man. Never again. But I'll tell you though. Mm, mm. Never again. And that's another thing too. Man, I said this a while ago. I'm gonna say it again too, man. I am never trying edibles again in my life, man. I'm cool on them edibles, man. I don't know how much shake they putting in them edibles. I'm cool, bruh. You feel me? Man, I had one of them edibles for the first time. This was many years ago, right? Many years ago. I had an edible, right? I'm at my folks' house, at my cousin house, and having a few drinks, and then they pulled out some of them homemade edibles. You know what I mean? The little cookies or whatever. So I pop one of them cookies. I'm chewing on it, just chasing it with my drink and everything. I'm like, man, I'm feeling good. We chopping it up, having a good time. And I'm like, man, I ain't really feeling this. They was like, well, have another cookie, right? Dummy, don't do it. If this is your first time having an edible cookie, only eat one. And if you can, eat half of one. That's my I'm not telling you to do it, but if you decide to do it, that's on you. But I'm saying if you choose to do it for the first time, don't eat a whole one. Eat half of a quarter or something like that. But my dumb butt and my folks wasn't looking out for me. So that's why I say you gotta pay attention to your circle, man. 'Cause these folks out here, people be close to you, still setting you up for failure, right? So I ate one whole cookie, a weed cookie, basically. It was an edible. I ate it, had her some drinks. I actually had probably two drinks. You know what I mean? Had the edible, and I'm like, man, I ain't feeling nothing. So my cousin was like, "You go ahead and eat another one." So I ate another one. And then I start feeling it a little bit. But as we was talking, we was playing dominoes. I'm like, I'm feeling good, feeling real good. I'm real like feeling lovely, right? So I'm thinking everything is cool. So I was at my cousin house for about 3 hours, 3, 4 hours tops, right? So I'm like, cool. So my girl's like, okay, it's time to go. You got to go to work in the morning. And I was like, okay, all right, let's go. Bet. Let's get to the house. So we get to the house, right? I was like, oh, you know what? Let me hop in the shower because I was around my folks who was drinking, smoking. I'm like, I know I smell like heck of trees. So let me go ahead and take a shower, right? So I took a shower. I thought I was in there for about 15, 20 minutes. My girl come knocking at the door. She's knocking at the door. And I'm like, what's up? She like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. She was like, well, you've been in the shower for 2 hours. I was in the shower for 2 hours. I didn't even know it. That's how loaded I was eating two edible cookies. I never do that again, man. What was I thinking? That was my first and last time. Now keep in mind this happened many years ago, okay? While ago. But the thing of it was, my folks that made it, they like Snoop Dogg smokers. You know what I mean? They just they so used to smoking so much. So when they made the cookies, I don't think they really measured the amount of weed that they was putting in the cookie. So I should have never ate two. I should have just ate the one or half of one. Come to find out now, I should have ate half of one cookie for your first time every time, your first and ever doing it. But I ended up taking two. So I ate two cookies and I was drinking Hennessy. And next thing you know, I get home. I'm in the shower. I'm thinking I'm in the shower for about 10, 15 minutes. My girl banging on the door, like, you all right? Yeah. Not knowing, she telling me I've been in there for 2 hours, bruh. I was in the shower for 2 hours. Can you believe that? That's the last time I touch an edible again in life. This happened at least 8, 9 years ago, maybe longer than that now, but at least 8 or 9 years ago. Can you believe that? Anybody that had them edibles, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying right there. I'm cool on them edibles. I'm cool, bro. Let me just sip on my little orange juice here, okay? I'm telling you. Be careful, man. It's your first time taking. I'm not recommending you to do that. I'm not recommending it. But if you choose to do it and this is your first time, do not eat a whole one. You feel me? Do not eat a whole one. Do half of a quarter or something like that. Because yeah. And not only that, when you have edibles, they stay in your system longer and it gets in your bloodstream. So you have to wait for it to, do what it does. So it's a longer high. So be careful with that. So, like I said, I do not recommend it. But if you choose to do it, try to be responsible as much as possible because them edibles ain't no joke. And now today, with all these different weed strands and you know, they connecting strands and twisting this strand with a different strand and adding in my stuff, man, you got to be careful out here. Because I'll tell you this, getting it from the dispensary today and how we used to get it back in the days, to me, it's way more potent than when it used to be. So be careful with, if you a tree smoker out there. You feel me? That's my little experience with it. I'm cool, man. I don't like that. I don't like nothing in my system longer than what I'm used to. You feel me? I'm just like, no edibles for me. No, man, no. I can't believe I was in the shower for 2 hours and I thought it was like 15, 20 minutes. Can you believe that? I'm trying to tell you. Just know Sean B. Stoller, I tried to warn you. You feel me? I tried to warn you. I say, hey man, be careful out there. You know? And what was I thinking? What was I thinking, huh? I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, be careful with that. You know? And it's like, what was I thinking? I had to say that again, thinking it back on it because man, I tell you, I was going through it. Oh, and then on top of that, I didn't even say this part, right? So after I get out the shower, right, I lay down. I couldn't go to sleep. I could not go to sleep after I, had them edibles, got home, took a shower for 2 hours. For 2 hours, excuse me, for 2 hours, I was in the shower. My girl, told me to get up out the shower. He was in there too long. I finally come out of there thinking it was just 20 minutes. Lay down. I laid down in the bed. My eyes is wide open like this. Right? I had to go to work early in the morning. The next day, I never went to sleep. So I went to work, came back home, and I crashed, went to sleep for like almost a day and a half. My goodness. So no more edibles for me, my friend. No, no, no. For real. Anybody that ever tried those, you know what I'm saying. I'm not telling no stories over here. You feel me? It's real life. But yeah. And that's the last time this is about 8, 9 years ago. That's the last time I touched the edible. I'm cool. Y'all can keep that. You know what I mean? You can keep it. I'm good. You're trying to be out there like that. You feel me? So what was I thinking? What was I thinking? You got to ask yourself that. When you go through things in life, right? When you experience certain situations and you just think back on it like, man, what was I thinking? Like, why did I make that decision to do that? You feel me? Out of all the things I could have done, I wouldn't done that. Like, so hope y'all get learned the lesson from what I was just saying, man. Because my goodness, what was I thinking? Mm, mm, mm. You know? And then, see what else I had. I had one more. I think I had one more left, and I'm gonna shut this down. I'll tell you this, right? The more life experiences you have, it does help you, but some life experiences is not needed. You know what I mean? You don't have to experience taking an edible to know it's not good for you. You could just be like, nah, I'm cool on that. And there's certain situations in life you don't want to have to experience. You know what I mean? So be careful out there and think about what you're doing before you do it. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to get caught up in something that can alter your future or, put you in a bad position. You feel me? Where you can't get out of it or that affects you going forward. You know what I mean? So just a little something I want to chop up with y'all tonight. It's just, I can't have some topics, but I'm like, man, I don't want to talk about too much. I just want to just come on here and just have a personal conversation with y'all tonight. You feel me? So shout out to my subscribers. If you're new to my channel, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, show some love to the channel. You feel me? And tomorrow I'm gonna come live and we're gonna chop up some few hot topics and some other things I want to talk about. I just want to come on here and just do something just a little bit more personal this time as opposed to just talking about topics. You know what I mean? Because my channel is really based around motivation. So if you're new to my channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and know that my name is Sean B. Stola. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration, And I hope you got something on here that enlightened you or something to make you think a little bit different than what you used to. That's what I'm your guy. That's what I'm here for. So just want to thank you for watching this live. Check me out tomorrow. Should be going on around I said about 9:30 tomorrow. 9:30 West Coast time. Until next time. Peace.